Peace, peace, peace. How you all doing? It's Fahara Farmer with the Kings of Company back with another episode, and we got a nice one for y'all today. We got a real good one. So I wanted to bring my brothers in so we can go and get everything kicked off. What's going on, Law?
What it do? What it do? What's up? What's up? What's up?
What's going on, Dominique?
You know me, living a dream.
Oh, yeah, man. Hey, yo, Dominique, why you say you living a dream and everything? So you already know the next question. So you need to go and tell the people how your last 2 weeks gone, because I heard some stuff. They heard some stuff.
Well, I can't go into details just yet, right? Because you know what I'm saying. It's still in works and stuff like that. But basically, I've been getting some phone calls, having some meetings, stuff like that. We're heading out to Nashville tomorrow to have an in-person meeting. To spend 2 days out. So much so they paying for the hotel. So I'll just leave it at that. But the past 2 weeks have been extremely busy. Even today was busy in itself. Like at 9 o'clock. What's up, Jeannie? 9 o'clock this morning, had a meeting with the station manager in the UK. She said, "Hey, we need to get you a new website. We need to get you a UK website for everything, because people are starting to notice of the startup life in the UK and the greater London area." So there's that. And then recorded 2 sessions of the startup life with guests. Recorded another 2 sessions of solo episodes today as well. So that's 4 today. And then just more meetings and more meetings and more meetings. So, and now cherry on top, hang out with you guys right now. So busy, but nothing to announce right now. But it just show, man. You put in the work, the grind, stuff like that, man. People notice, and people start throwing stuff your way. So.
Right. So we're going to say for now, Law, we're going to say this G14 classified. You know what I'm saying? Right. Yeah, man. So, man, congratulations on everything, man. I'm telling you, man, but even before we did the show today, man, I'm vibing off the startup life, man. Like I said, I got like 3 minutes left, but it's toward the music time. So toward the music time. So, man, you're doing a great thing with that, man. I promise. And you dropping those podcasts, like, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, Lauren said it best, man. That's the
no limit, boy.
I think episode 289 just dropped a few hours ago. We got 290 dropping tomorrow, which means 10 more. 10 more will be at 300. So,
wow, man. That's beautiful, bro. That's
working, man. Just working.
That's amazing, man. That is super amazing. 300, like literally, you guys gotta like really like put that in perspective, though. You know what I'm saying? Just when this thing hit, man, we all kind of grinded and saw that podcasting was the way. We all kept telling everybody like, "Yo, get on it." And me, Dom, and Ron, we was like, "Yo, come on," and like, you know what I'm saying, I've been a slacker, you know what I'm saying, but them brothers has been hitting it, man, and them brothers been hitting it, man. 200 episodes, 300.
The dude with the TV show talking about he's slacking. Okay,
right, that guy right there.
Sure. The dude with the TV show.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, Law, my bad. I think we lost.
I feel it. I ain't putting no work out here in these streets, man. You gonna drop 2. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, what I'm doing?
Hey, you doing a lot, Law, man. That's why I want to switch it on over to you, man. How your last 2 weeks been, man? Because you got some stuff brewing over there, man.
So I'm gonna be honest with you. The last 2 weeks, man, it looks like I'm present, but I was not present because I was actually in class. And so when you see me posting and doing stuff like that, it's very, very rehearsed, or I know that I'm not going to be there. So a lot of stuff is repurposed, or I get a quick, type thing. And so I've actually been in class to actually learn about sexual assault and stuff like that, and being an advocate on that home front for us. You know what I'm saying? So I was actually in class, man. To be honest with you, I've been in class. I've been learning different things, and some of the things that I learned as being a sexual assault advocate. Um, I learned some different things that could help me in business, like different things when it comes to the mindset, the trauma mindset. That sometimes we could be going through a trauma in our mind as being an entrepreneur, like literally. And so it was some things that was in there that I'm kind of really unpacking even more, because I don't have the full, I can't talk about it fully, but I'm going to unpack more that we go through as entrepreneurs. And then it bleeds over into our families, it bleeds into our life. You see those people have those burnouts. You see those people having those frustrated, moments, even to the point of even suicide. You know what I'm saying? So, or just trying to hurt themselves, and or just being so consumed in their work, they're not understanding it's destroying them. And so, it's some things that was in there that I learned, and I was thinking of, how do I use this to my advantage, not just for sexual assault. so that's where I've been, man. Like I said, all the stuff people see is really just strategic to make sure I show up, for those who support.
Right. But that's the thing. The things you learning that goes along with business, like hands down.
Right.
I mean, like that's one of the key parts, because even as a employee, especially a business owner, that's one phone call you don't want to have come to your desk. That sexual harassment. Like, matter of fact, we probably need to do something. You know what I'm saying? Similar to that, and man, and we gonna do our research and come back to that, man. Because I'm pretty sure a lot of businesses, like small businesses, like a lot of small businesses hire within family, and that's one thing Dominique then was talking about on the last podcast. The startup life. A lot of them are like family type of people. So bringing in somebody. When your business grow a little bit more, you bring in new people, they might like your cousin. You know what I'm saying? They might like your sister. You know what I'm saying? Those guidelines needs to be set up front. Their rule book need to be set up front, that this is what we do, this is what we don't do, and this is how we do it. You know what I'm saying? So I count that as a whole lot of knowledge. You know what I'm saying? That you've been getting these 2 weeks, man.
Oh man, I appreciate it. Yeah, it's super dope. You know the difference, and then you're an advocate. You know what I'm saying? You're an advocate for those that need it, right? And one thing that I know we got to get into the show, man. But one thing that I did, and it can tie into what our show is about. I tried to push them to have the highest level of integrity, also with it. 9 times out of 10, yeah, the percentage and the numbers say that men committed the most, but how are we still communicating? Are we still saying he, and even the verbiage when we look at the scenarios is he? We're conditioning. Let's remove the he and she out of it. Say individual, say assault, the person that assault the victim, and then now we can see if we could. I'm not gonna say we can change it, but we're being conditioned to point at the man, right? And we can see the numbers that it say men are doing the most, and we understand that. But we need to make sure that if we're gonna have the highest level of integrity and not slant one way, let's do it. And they didn't really care too much that I challenged them on that level. But hey, man, we got to do that. We got to do that, and that comes with domestic violence too. We can't keep saying he all the time and making it more masculine and saying no, it's them. Like, it can happen with women too. So I'll rest on that.
Yeah, man, because I promise, man, that right there is a potential episode in the future, man. So y'all get ready. and if you hadn't already, please, if you're on Facebook or wherever you're at, slide on over to YouTube. You get the best version of this show on YouTube. Please slide on over Kings of Company on YouTube, and make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the bell for all notifications in the future. Me personally, this last 2 weeks, man, it's been like a heavy grind, man. It's been like a heavy grind, man. I didn't think that article that happened 2 weeks ago was gonna do as good as it did. Like, I'm getting crazy emails and phone calls. You know what I'm saying? Like like that one right there hit. Like I don't know what it hit, but but I'm glad it hit it, man. And the thing is, like a lot of stuff starting to open back up and things like that. And y'all know me by being a musician and things like that. This is the season. Like when I was in Memphis, I was out every weekend traveling, doing music and all that kind of stuff. So everything's starting to open back up. So my schedule is about to start really getting impacted by that. So there's nothing we want to let our listeners know. No, we gonna still give y'all this. You know what I'm saying? We still gonna give y'all this, even if somebody can't make it this time or somebody can't make it that time. We gonna the information is going to be there. It's going to be there, and we got talks of doing some pretty big stuff coming up soon. So I really want y'all to stay tuned, man. And we really appreciate y'all for the comments. And if you in here and you got a business or you're doing something, shouts out to Sublime. Yeah, confess yourself. Thank y'all for tuning in. Jenny Minnie and Miss Mays. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'm telling y'all, if y'all got a business or anything, y'all can throw your business in there. Throw your links in there, you know what I'm saying, throughout the show. Like, I don't want it to necessarily be just about us and us speaking. We want to help the other businesses as well. That's pretty much why we do it. And I want to thank Miss Ford as well. Miss Ford, have y'all seen the stuff she done got from
hey, she rocking it, boy. I'm telling you, I was like, okay, all right, let's go now.
Right, you know, this episode of the Kings of Company is now brought to you by Miss Ford.
Proud sponsor of this show.
Proud sponsor of Kings of Company.
For real, like we need to make sure we got her name in the right. Like, you know, her website is, and if you have this product, go ahead on and go and tap in. You know what I'm saying? So, you know,
she wearing the
hey, she came with her uniform on and get in the game. Let's get in the game, coach. Get my uniform. Hey, you a sponsor me, Jenny. Don't worry about that. You here.
Hey, yo, I'm telling you, man, like the love that we get, you know what I'm saying? It's like it happens so fast. And what I want to do is I really want everybody to share. I want to focus more when we do the videos on the people that's listening. Man, share this information, you know, and if you send in donations and all this stuff, like we greatly appreciate it, like greatly appreciate it. It really helping a lot of stuff and a lot of future stuff that we got going. So if you don't know where to go, you can always go here at the Kings of Company at Cash App. You can always go there and you can bless us with whatever. We say something you like, do something, whatever the situation is. Like if we do something that helps you in some kind of way, Dominic, I see you. That's my dog right there, man. That's my brother. But yeah, man, y'all can always go over there and y'all can touch the pot. And as well, the .com is available. Kingsofcompany.com. It is available right now. So if it's something that you might see, Miss Minnie, she did what people be doing with the verses now, where they get dressed up to watch the verses.
Let's go.
I know what you're talking about, man. But yeah, man, y'all can always go over there and y'all can go over there and bless him, man. We appreciate y'all. Hold on, Miss Minnie said, "I would love to be a sponsor."
Yeah.
Hey man, look, closed mouths don't get fed.
Yeah.
You know. Hey.
And shout out to Robert Lee as well.
Hello, Robert.
Okay. Sexual harassment cases filed by men up to 14%. Wow. Got the 6 out of 10 compared to 8%. Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yay.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's vital information. You know what I'm saying? I know this is not what this show about, but that's vital information. And like I said, we're gonna come back to that. I don't want to speak too much on it because I don't want to say too much that we're gonna have a whole nother episode on. So Appreciate that, Law, man. You didn't help us out a lot. You know what I'm saying? The next topic. And, what's it? I learned of the apparel through her. Really?
Let's
You
go. Hey,
doing big?
brand
Hey,
ambassador. There we go. Brand ambassador.
Right.
blessings. And I just want y'all to know, when y'all do send that investment money, it's going toward. I'm telling you what
Right.
we're doing and what we got for y'all.
Yeah.
I'm letting y'all know that off top. Don't think we just out here blowing. No, we ain't spending none of this. You know what I'm saying? It's going toward y'all and what we building.
Right.
But I know we got to get on into the show. So Dominique, man, we got a show today, man. You came up with a awesome title, and it's gonna be very valuable to our listeners and our people. Why don't you bring that in? Why don't you bring the show in with it, man?
Sure. So basically, when we talk about entrepreneurship and business, right? We you hear me from time to time like, hey, hit that cash app. You know what I mean? Skingsofcompany.com. You know what I mean? You hear people say, hey, donate to this cause, buy this, whatever the case may be, right? Jenny, we're gonna get that taken care of for you, sure, no problem. No, not a problem at all. We can get that taken care of. But you hear people asking for money. You hear people saying, buy this product, and you always hear these stories about people being ruthless in business, people being, oh, you a capitalist, like that's a bad person or something like that. And the thing is like, capitalism, money, all the above, it's a tool. It's a tool, right? It's a tool to a means to an end, right? For instance, like when Fahara talks about, what we're using the proceeds for Kings of Company, is to build this platform, is to build this show, is to continue to provide, that excellent, content in order to help people in their business, to help people on their path, to help people on their entrepreneurial journeys. You know what I mean? But we get this bad rap. Not like us, the Kings of Comedy, but just people in general, as far as like building a business, that like money is bad, or if you're asking for money, you're doing evil things. But the thing is that you can run a company with integrity. You can run a company with kindness. The thing is, we say cliches are cliches. Well, cliches because they are true. You can keep, what's the whole saying? You can get more honey with flies than vinegar or something like that. Y'all know the saying I'm talking about. But the thing is that like, you don't have to be this ruthless, self-centered, self-absorbed, egotistical person in business. I like a little of that helps, right? Get a few of those egotistical cookies from time to time, because sometimes you gotta beat your chest. Sometimes you gotta be like, I am dope out here in these streets at what I do. Right? Sometimes you got to say that. But at the same time, just because you say those things doesn't necessarily mean you're a bad person. It doesn't mean you're having an egotistical moment, but doesn't mean you're egotistical, right? And so you can build a company with integrity. You can build a company with courtesy and kindness, and stuff like that. One of my really good friends, if you would, Far, get that graphic up for the book of the day. One of my really good friends is Adrienne Bankert. If I can see that book here, Adrienne Bankert, Your Hidden Superpower. So Adrienne Bankert is, she was an ABC journalist. She actually just took a job yesterday to be an anchor for a brand new station in Chicago. So big shout outs to her. But she was an ABC News anchor. We had her on the Startup Life a while back, and she talked about, exactly, you can say you dope in these streets. Nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? But she wrote this book, Your Hidden Superpower, and she talks about kindness and integrity and stuff like that, right? And the thing is that like you alienate people when you feel like you have to be this ruthless person and you have to be about the almighty dollar. You alienate people when you feel like nothing else matters but money, nothing else matters but building my business. Again, building your business and your entrepreneurial journey, it's important. You should put a lot of time in it. You should put a lot of money and effort into it, whatever the case may be. And sometimes you got to like be the sole person out here selling your company, product or service, whatever the case may be. but it doesn't mean that you have to be a jerk. You don't have to be a jerk to be successful in business. You don't have to be a jerk to build your e-commerce platform, to build your restaurant. Anybody who tells you that is just wrong. They're just flat out 100% unequivocally wrong. And so I get upset when I hear people saying like, you got to be mean in business. No, you don't. You have to be assertive. You have to be direct. You have to speak with clarity. But that's not being a jerk. That's not what that is. And so that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today. That's kind of what I wanted to, kind of serve us up today. That look, you can have integrity. You don't have to cut corners. You can lead with kindness. And this is just not kindness for customers, especially now these days. Appreciate that, Jenny. We appreciate you as always. I keep trying to tell y'all, man, this episode is brought to you by Jenny Ford. Again, you don't have to be a jerk to be great in business, right? And the thing is now these days is that like customers not only care how you treat them, they also want to know how you treat your employees. They want to know if you can afford it, giving them that $15 an hour, or at the very least a livable wage. They want to know that you're putting them in very safe working conditions. They don't just customers, believe it or not, these days do not just care about getting their service and in a high quality level. They want to know how you treating your people, how you treating, your employees, how you treating your family, right? They want to know these things, right? And because the thing is that like when that customer has a complaint, when that customer has an issue, they already have an idea of how you're going to treat them, right? This generation of consumers and entrepreneurs and stuff like that are paying attention to that. They want to know, hey, yeah, you provide a great burger in the neighborhood, but are you helping the neighborhood kids? We just saw the kids in your local neighborhood. They need a sponsorship for their baseball jersey. Would you put on it? You put in on it? No. Oh no, we're not gonna support you. No, we don't do business with people who ain't about the community, who ain't about the culture, who ain't about whatever. And it doesn't have to be what they care about. If you do that, that's great, right? But you have to care about something. And look, I'm not saying as an entrepreneur or a business owner that you have to give to charity. I'm not saying that. But I do feel like you have to be embedded in a community that's taking your money. I mean, that you're taking their money, right? You have to be in part of that community in some other form, fashion, whatever. Giving out scholarships, giving out internships, doing some type of community work. You have to be present in your community outside of taking somebody's money. Because today's 2021. The 2021 consumer cares about those things, right? And so if they see you out here being a jerk, if they see you out here wilding or whatever, right? They're like, oh, that person doesn't lead with integrity. That person doesn't lead with kindness. That person treats their employees like crap. I can't do business with them. They might be cheaper. They might be better. They may have the highest quality of service. But if you're not part of the community, if you're not engaged with the community in some way, form, or fashion, right, you will lose those customers. And ultimately, I mean, you might get canceled depending on if you're proactive with that action. You might get canceled. I know we in this whole cancel culture thing, but and whether you agree with it or disagree with it, them's just the facts. That's a thing, right? So again, just to kind of wrap up, lead with integrity, lead with kindness in your business and your business ventures. You absolutely do not have to be a jerk. You unequivocally do not have to be this bad person in order to be successful in business. Look, the Mark Cubans, the Bill Gates, the Steve Jobs or wherever the case may be. Do they have these moments where they kind of appear as jerks? They do, right? But what you don't see often or hear about, because that part gets all like glorified them being jerks. They give back. They gave back. Steve Jobs' instance, right? You hear about Microsoft, but you also should be hearing about the Melinda and Bill Gates Foundation, right? Because they give back. I mean, Shelby County Schools here, remember, they got like a huge donation from Bill Gates a few years back. Again, you don't have to be a jerk to be successful in business. You don't have to be this person who is dog eat dog, is either killed to be killed, is either me or them. You don't have to be any of that. Because believe it or not, you'll find more revenue generating activities by collaborating with people than you would try to go out of here on your own. And I'm done speaking.
Man, that was some awesome news right there. Y'all hear me?
I had that word on my heart. So you know how they say in church, that was on my heart. So I had to bring it to the congregation.
Hey, and that was real, man. I'm gonna let Law go, man. What you think about that, man? Let us know.
Yeah, I mean, like Dom had put out, you know what I'm saying? It's only a small few, man, that really likes jerks. Like, be honest with you, but they get all the hype because they loud. One teacher used to tell me an empty wagon make a lot of noise. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know what I'm saying, if you have a full wagon, it don't make no noise at all. So, kindness is the fullness, integrity is the fullness, and so there's a lot more people that will gravitate to you, pull to you because you are kind. Man, one big deep thing is, even when I go in there in certain businesses, he said that how you treat your employees. I literally look for that. I look for the management, maybe because I'm slanted towards leadership and I love leadership, but I'm looking at the management team to see how you treating your employees. And if you're not treating your employees, because they're the most valuable thing to your business. Like, I know the customer is the person that you got to take care of, but your employees are the most valuable thing to your company or to whatever it is you're doing, because they engage the customer. They give the set the culture when they come in. They set the atmosphere for a person to buy the product that you created. And if you dogging them out, bro, I ain't showing up. Like, I literally want to like check you, be like, yo, you know what I'm saying, whatever. But you know what I'm saying? I love that. Like, kindness, man, rules everything. Like, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna go back to what I said earlier. An empty wagon make a lot of noise. So yeah, we do pay attention to a lot of noise because it's there. But know that empty wagon is not full if that person just being a jerk and just being mean.
If I could just go back, them just facts. The thing is, like, when he talked about I'm not doing business, there's been plenty of times I went to, like, I done did the research, like, man, this is the best, product on the market. And then you see how they like treat their employees. Like, nah, you cancel my whole order. You put all that back on the shelf. You know what I mean? And going back to Adrienne and her book, like, she literally has, like, traveled the world. And now she has this prime time anchor spot on a brand new news cable station in Chicago and stuff like that. And she did all that with kindness. And anybody who knows TV news, that's a cutthroat business. Like, where it's almost like you gotta be dog eat dog. But she did all of that with kindness, and so, which is why it's a fantastic book. Jenny, you're gonna love that book. You're gonna love, the insight that she provides in that book. And I just want to implore people, man, like, you can build an amazing business with kindness. You ain't gotta be out here just trying to, like, just get over on people. You just don't.
Yeah, man, you're 100% about that, man. And what y'all did together just then, I gotta go next. Come on, man.
Hey, this is a relay race. Stick.
Hey, yo, before anything, y'all know that we brothers for anything. So y'all can have fun with us. Trip. If you got a YouTube channel, if you got a business, if you got anything, don't be afraid to drop your link in the description. Please do not be afraid. I mean, we want that. That's why we do this. We want y'all to be up on there. And if y'all want to drop us something, y'all know where to go. Kings of Company on Cash, y'all. Y'all know where to rock with us, man. And we telling you, it's gonna be some dope things happening soon. But where you coming from, man? I 100% agree. And that's the same thing that Miss Ford said. Like, I 100% agree, because you gotta think about it. Like, we at these places all the time for a service. You know what I'm saying? and the service is chicken. You know what I'm saying? Or fish. I say fish. Chicken. I say fish. I say fish. So it's like if you're working with somebody, you go in there and you get served, and the manager's like, no, you fry that. No, you go over there and do that. Man, y'all stupid. It makes me not want to be there. It makes me not comfortable with spending my money with their establishment. And that's one thing that's happening to a lot of big establishments because they so high, they so big and franchised out, they can't oversee
That's true.
what's going on in the different establishments that they have because people didn't lease them out. You know what I'm saying? They didn't franchise them. And even and to that point, that's where you want to be at, where even if you get to the point that you franchising out, you know, you kind of still want, I still want to be in the room, you know what I'm saying, with certain conversations are going on, because that's how people are. Like people would take that they would take that how can I say it? Not leadership, but they'll take their power into personal. Now, you personally at home with your kids when you talk to them like that. That's power you got at home. You know what I'm saying? I literally gave you this position because I thought you were fit for it, not to treat these workers like you treat the power at home. You know what I'm saying? So I 100% agree with that. But I want to touch on this right here about the same thing. Well, what we, and I'm gonna be completely honest. Like y'all, I hope y'all, I don't say nothing wrong. I ain't trying to get canceled or nothing like that. But we are black people. You know what I'm saying? Us three, and it's different to starting a business like us than to start a business like others. Because the biggest thing about me starting a business, Dominique and Lauren starting a business, is customer service. That's the biggest thing, because it's one thing about our culture, well, about the culture of people. That culture of people is that you ain't got but one time to mess up. You ain't got but one time to mess up, and they gonna tell everybody. You ain't got but one time for this shipment to be late. You ain't got but one time for that logo to be crooked, and you ain't got no time for that. You know what I'm saying? Because once somebody tells somebody, they're gonna tell somebody else. But they would go to Wendy's that's always rude to them every day for lunch, because Wendy's got the name. You see what I'm saying? They got the advertisement to drill it in your head. I got something new that ain't nobody seen before. So it's not the same, but we gotta treat our situations that we have in business. We gotta treat our situations like it's our baby. Like it's literally our baby. Like it's our child. You know what I'm saying? But not to the point that we fussing and hollering and blah, blah, because people see that. Even in the office buildings. You know, you in the office building, you work with somebody, like, why is they always mad when they come to work? Why they always act like that? Like, the thing is, like, people go home and like, you know what? I filled out an application for their job. And they be like, girl, I work there. You don't want to work there. And guess what? You got a business that don't nobody want to work it. You see what I'm saying? So, hold on, what's this? Man, y'all are going crazy. I'm sorry. I see something y'all don't see, y'all. But I get to it later. But as far as how you conduct yourself as a business owner, you have to treat your people like people. It's an everyday thing. Imagine if everybody treated everybody like a person. There would be no sense of this racism. There wouldn't be no sense of none of these things. And we just got a verdict in today on something happened based off of doing their job, not respecting somebody else. And Kanye West said something, and I'm glad you said it earlier. Kanye West said something to me. I'm gonna say he said it to me. He said something to me some years ago when I heard him do an interview, and he said, I'm a genius. And everybody took it the wrong way. Everybody took it like, he's so. He too stuck on himself. He's too cocky. No, sometimes you got to beat yourself across the shoulder, like Dominique said. Because everybody not going to praise you. You know what I'm saying? even the person that really like you and don't want to tell nobody, that really like your product, but like, I'm gonna keep this to myself. Oh, everybody don't want to do that. You got to have that mindset where I'm for to go out there, I'm for to do my thing, I'm for to be me, and we for to be successful. So it's not a problem with that. The problem is when you take that power and you to turn to something else. You turn that power into personal. And that we can say that about Donald Trump if we wanted to. You know what I'm saying? In quotations, because we can say that. You know what I'm saying? Somebody abusing power to a point. You know, and that's what the problems we have on these jobs and these and what's crazy is it happens a lot of these jobs where you kind of don't want to work there anyway, but you got a mean manager. I'm like, are you just mean because you've been here long enough and these people can piss you off every day? Like, is that the reason, or you just don't like me? And I feel like if you you put in a situation where you feel like I don't think my manager like me, I think that's bad leadership. Because if your employee ever come to you and say, "Do you like me?" I think there's something going on. Like, you got to treat everybody the same. You don't have to be mean. You don't have to have a big head about everything. Just go with it. Even if you don't agree with somebody, if you got the power, get rid of them. You got to be mean to them. Get rid of them. Like, let's make it that. So I don't want to stay too much on it because this subject is like freaking amazing to me. Check 1 2 1 2. It's more like a conversation to me. You know what I'm saying? Than an actual message. But so Dominique, man, you got anything on that, man? Because like I'm telling you, when I heard Kanye West say I'm a genius, and the thing is, I'm finished with it. He said I'm a genius, and I didn't think of him saying like I'm smarter than everybody in the world. That means that I took my craft and I'm mastering it. And it's a gift. Like creation, the creator created us, so all of us are able to create.
Right.
And all of us have gifts within our creations. You see what I'm saying? And we make creation with our gifts. So, Dominique, what you got on there, man?
You know, a few things actually. Going back to something you said earlier, as far as like managing employees and stuff like that. Look, let me be clear about something. If an employee, or I prefer to call them like team members or something like that, or something like that. If a team member does something out of line, there needs to be corrective action. First and foremost, there needs to be corrective action. I'm not going to sit up here and say, team members should be like, get out of jail free card or whatever the case may be, right? Mm-hmm. What I am saying is that two things. A, they should be treated with respect. B, customers should never see that interaction. You take that person to the back, to the office, wherever the case may be, and have that conversation. That should not be a conversation out on the sales floor, out in the, at the front counter or whatever, however your business is set up. Because I wanted to kind of address that part as well. Malcolm Gladwell, famous author, thought leader, and stuff like that, talks about 10,000 hours. Basically, the notion is, once you've done something for 10,000 hours, like 10,000 hours of like blood, sweat, tears, performances, the stuff you don't see, behind the scenes, stuff like that, 10,000 hours of work, right? Once you hit that threshold, that 10,000 hour mark, you're an expert. And I don't think any of us would ever say that Kanye West didn't hit them 10,000 hours. I don't think any of us saying that. So it's like when you get to that point, like all the ins and outs, you know what it's supposed to look like, what it's supposed to sound like before we even know it's supposed to be a thing. You are a genius. I don't care what it is. If it's frying chicken, making cupcakes, if you got 10,000 hours at it, you are an expert. You are a genius based on that doctrine, right? One of my favorite YouTubers, is and I call her one of my favorite YouTubers, and her name just escaped me right now. She has the Tonight Show. She has like one of those late night shows now, right? 10,000 hours. doing YouTube. You know what I mean? Now she has a late night television show. Like that person is a genius, right? You know, and like the thing is, like, you know, just because somebody says they're pro something doesn't necessarily mean they're anti something else. So if I say I'm a genius, it doesn't mean that you're not a genius. I'm only talking about me, myself, and I, like what I'm doing, this, that, and the other, right? So, again, just because you have a high thought about yourself doesn't necessarily mean you are a terrible person. You're a jerk or whatever. And it doesn't mean those people can't be successful in business. Yeah, he is a genius. The dude's worth almost $7 billion now. So clearly he's done something right.
You're right about that. Hands down, Dominique, man. Law, you got anything on that, man?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I feel, you know, what Dominique said and what you said, Vahar, is even the thing of it is, I'm gonna say it like this, is that a lot of times we don't want to hear that, because even in him calling himself a genius, that is a level of kindness. And I'm finna turn this around, man. And the reason why I say there's a level of kindness, he had to be in that spotlight to say that, to give permission to others to boldly say who they are. And so because a lot of times, I'm gonna say it, in our community, in our African American community, we don't like to say what we are. We don't like to say that we are, you know, this type of person, or we are this type of, you know, or we feel like this. We always got to sugarcoat it or dumb it down or make sure it sounds humble, you know, and humble, meek, and lowly type deal, right? We always got to sound that way because we thinking that that's being a jerk. But if you really look at it and really pay attention to it, him saying he was a genius, this is my other side of my brain thinking. it was a level of kindness to say, get permission. You are a genius. You are incredible. You are the best. Like, I literally say, I will be one of Memphis' most influential people. I say that every time I wake up in the morning. I will be one of Memphis' most influential people, right? And a lot of time people heard that and they went, oh man, you so arrogant and you so, oh my God, but not understanding that I got people that watch me that want me to give them permission. And that's a level of kindness that I give. And I'm gonna get out this vein, because if I get in this vein, we gonna go. But yeah, so I agree with you guys, man. Of that, even when Kanye's saying that, you know what I'm saying, you got to do that. But that's a place where he displayed his kindness so that people can see. And I look at it in that way instead of just looking at him being brash.
Yeah.
Let's be honest real quick. Like that whole, like, you know, and that's a whole nother podcast. This is a whole nother podcast. That whole humbling yourself stuff like that, it's steeped in some supremacy. Let's just be honest. Like it's steeped in some supremacy. Like people trying to tell you, like, hey, calm all that down. It's steeped in supremacy. Let's just be honest. You know what I'm saying?
Don't believe in you. Don't believe in you.
Right. Again, because I'm gonna tell you right now, when it comes to this podcast stuff, I'm a dope in this podcast stuff. I'm gonna tell you podcast on the board. Hey, look here. I'm dope in this podcast, Ish, man. I'm trying to tell you. Man. I'm trying to tell you. When you got people, and the thing is, you know, you have facts to back it up, man. Like, ain't nobody who just give Law a TV show if he ain't dope at what he do. Ain't nobody for horror all up in their magazine if he ain't dope at what he do. I'm not getting phone calls from New York City, Nashville, and Austin. Hey, you ever thought about running our stuff for us if I wasn't dope at what I do? Oh, come on, man. Come on. Like they finna put your boy up in a hotel for just to talk to them. If you not like putting out that energy that you dope, man, I'm sorry. Like you're denying, like Law was saying, you denying somebody a champion. You denying somebody a champion. You're denying that kindness, that permission, that hey, if I'm dope, you dope too.
Yeah.
You could be dope too. And so it's like, and again, to say all of that don't make us jerks. To say all of that doesn't mean we're like out here, cutthroat. And again, we out here to help the people. You know what I mean? And that's what this platform allows us to do. I'm done speaking.
Yeah, man. Blessings. Right? Did y'all just hear Dominique that Westwood come out, Dominique, just then?
I heard it, and I was with it.
I'm telling you,
I said the Startup Life is the best podcast on the block, and I don't care. Anybody can come show up, say whatever. I'm gonna say, yo, podcast ain't like my man Dom. I don't care what you're talking about.
Hey, listen, man. That's what I be talking about. I be wanting y'all to shoot off, man. I be wanting y'all to. I be egging law. I be egging law because I'm telling you, man. The people need to hear this, man. You know how many people that's starting a business and they're not comfortable. Like they like. I don't think I should do it. Somebody told me it's stupid, man. We need people like y'all to let them know that it's okay. It's okay. Live your dream. Like to me, dreams for the sleepers. You know what I'm saying? I'm up. I'm woke. I'm grinding. I'm out here. And we all gotta have it. We need the extra boost. What some people use church every Sunday to get an extra boost for the rest of the week. You see what I'm saying? And so, man, I just appreciate y'all, brothers, man. I'm gonna get Law. You next, man. Give the people what you got, man. I know it's gonna be dope, man. Y'all put on your seatbelt.
So I'm stay in the same vein, and then I'm gonna tie it all together, right? So in this subject right here, before we even got on this podcast and started doing this, I went to LA Fitness, right? And I went to LA Fitness, and here in Memphis, they kind of rebrand their name. It's like two clubs in one. And so I start, because I'm trying to get back in my fitness journey. COVID took me away for almost a year and a half. And I was basically really donating to LA Fitness because there was no LA Fitness where I was. And so I'm like, yo, let me go ahead on and do what I can do. And I'm driving and I'm seeing this new place. And I'm like, well, it's cheaper. It's cheaper. So, I cancel my membership and then go over there. Come to find out, it's the same company. They didn't tell me. They didn't say nothing. They didn't say we was changing it. They didn't say, oh, this is two things. And I pay more with LA Fitness than this other brand that they have that they building. So I'm basically feel like I'm giving away $15 when I can have the same things that I was having. You know what I'm saying? Having the same thing with just having their high tier plan. And so I'm like, what is going on? Like, yo, somebody explain something to me because y'all ain't tell me. Y'all taking the money now. And I'm sitting there like, yo, I'm finna go to court because you ain't saying nothing. I feel like I'm getting jacked up. And then when I was like, yo, well, put me on that plan and take my bill down. They was like, well, it's $200 to change. You gonna punish me for you changing your stuff? And then I say, listen, I've been in the military and I ain't been at your club for over a year and I still was paying. And you gonna punish me and make me pay $200? We about to have some wall-to-wall counseling with anybody who come over here. And then I said, you know what? This ties right in. The integrity and the kindness. And if it wasn't for the kindness of their employee, it calmed me down. And I said, you know what? Cool. I'll stick around. You explain everything to me. He was trying to help me out and all that good stuff. And I said, okay, I'll still pay this same price because I get both of them and I get whatever, But at first, I feel like I was getting tore out the frame of $15. This goes into my point. It's better to do good and not know that you're doing it than to know to do good and don't do it. I'm going to say it one more time. It's better to do good and not know you're doing good than to know to do good and don't do it. If you don't do good and you know to do good, you are the most arrogant. You can say, I'm kind and I'm lowly. You are the arrogant one because you know to do good and you don't choose to do it. And so you pointing fingers and telling people they jerks and this because of what they say. You are the ultimate jerk because you know how to do good and you hurting others in the midst of that. And you won't choose to do good. So it's better to go ahead on and do something good, even if you don't know it's good to do, than to know to do good and not do it at all. Because this is what's going to help other people to see you, other people connect with you. People connect to good. I know bad gets the good vibes, bad gets all the highlight, bad get all the media coverage, bad get everything. But I want to challenge your thinking to think like this. It's 98% of the world doing good. It's only 2% that's doing bad. The 2% just getting the moments. They getting the highlights. But if we consume all the highlights with all the good, the bad can't outweigh it. The Bible got it right. Good will always outweigh bad. How you overcome evil? You overcome evil with good. It will always outweigh. It's more good happening in the world than anything. So when you're doing your business, when you having customer service, when you are supporting your employees, some of y'all may not be entrepreneurs and you may be working at a job. You may be an entrepreneur or a hybridpreneur, like I call it, and you may be at your job. How are you treating that person? That's your manager. Or how, if you're in a manager position, how are you treating your people that's underneath you, your subordinate? Listen, people who like to run and go have their own business, understand, you trying to make $1 million business, you're trying to make a $10 million business, guess what you're going to be doing? You're going to have employees under you. And I believe this with everything in my heart. If you're trying to run from your job because something's going wrong at your job, you're going to pick that stuff up in your own business. You're going to pick it up in your own business. You trying to run from something when the person you running from keeps running with you. The person you running from is looking in the mirror. So it is a blessed place to be good and kind all the time, even if you don't know it's good to do it. But it's the most hateful and horrible and arrogant, and you can call it a jerk move to know to do good and don't do it at all. Period. That's me, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
Dominique, say something.
Well, I gotta go behind that.
Hey, I ain't gonna do that.
Look, I mean, like everything Paul says 100% right. It's like, you know, if you know better, do better. I mean, it's just that simple, right? Like you don't have to be out here cutthroat. I'm sorry. Like, I don't know where this narrative, I mean, we know it comes from TV and movies. Let me not tell that story. We know exactly where it comes from. It's like it's like Law said though, them the ESPN highlights though. Like that's what we see, right? You know, those are the headlines, but it's not the story, it's not the article. You know what I mean? And so it's like day after day, we have these, you know, the craziness is the ones that get amplified, but day after day, we have these stories of like everyday people doing these amazing things, right? You know, starting up this nonprofit, giving to this charity. You know, I wrote a piece a few weeks ago. Well, I wrote it a couple of years ago and then updated it a few weeks ago, talking about how this quick story, very successful entrepreneur. I think he had cancer or something like that. He knew he was about to die or whatever, right? You know, his employees, his team members, extremely loyal to him. That when there are days when the business almost was like, you know, about to go down or whatever the case may be, they didn't take no wages. They didn't take no wages because the dude treated them with what? Integrity and kindness. Integrity and kindness, right? You know, they sit up here working for free for this dude and his company because he treated them with integrity and kindness. He eventually, you know, he passes away, stuff like that. The employee, the team members trying to figure out what's going to happen. What's going to happen with the company? I love this company. I don't want to go work nowhere, stuff like that. Lawyer shows up a few days later, says, hey, this company now belongs to all y'all, right? This dude in his last moments gave his company to the team members because when he led with kindness and integrity, they stood by him and he rewarded that. So again, and now this dude's legacy is going to be cemented forever because he led with integrity and kindness, right? Like, I'm sorry, like I get sick of this narrative because I tell people all day I'm a capitalist. I ain't ashamed to make no money. I'm sorry. That's why, hey, put that cash app up for her. I ain't got no shame in asking you to donate that cash app. Kings of Company. Go ahead. We giving you great content. But that doesn't make me a jerk. Being a capitalist doesn't make me a jerk. It doesn't make me some person that's only about money. Money is a means to an end. It's a tool, right? And so again, like, you don't have to be cutthroat to be successful in business. You don't have to be a jerk, be this jackass all because like you trying to make a successful business. It's not a requirement. It's not a prerequisite. It's just not. I'm done speaking.
It's not, man. And I love the fact that we we've been real from the jump. If it's the first episode, we've been real, but we starting to get there, and I'm liking it because y'all know it's me all day. Uh, that frame of mind came from a master's frame of mind, and that's just it. It came from a master's frame of mind. It came from an owner frame of mind, not a CEO, an owner. So those thoughts, those frame of mind, it's like things are taught. So if you got somebody that's a certain way about themselves, they were taught like that. Now they have their own personalities, but they were taught to be a certain way. So we got to get out of the forceful is the best. If you ain't forceful, this right here is not going to come through. If I'm not loud, they're not going to hear me. Some of the most, I'm telling you, out of rich people that I've met, wealthy people that I've met, including my brothers, I can have full conversations with them. Full conversations with them. You would never think that they was this awesome of a people. I've interviewed people and talked on the phone to people that I never thought I'd ever talk to. Because I didn't think they would be like that. Especially with these corporations. Because you went to the store and you seen that manager acting like that. So you thinking the company is teaching them how to do that. No, that company probably has no idea that lady worked there, first of all. The man on charge, the man up top do not know her name at all. You know what I'm saying? Or his name at all. And don't know that's going down. That's where the Undercover Boss show came from. What we talking about right now? Look how nice them owners, I mean, not owners, I got to get out of that. Masters and owner, I don't like. But these CEOs be. They be so nice and so caring, and they get back home after the show before they reveal themselves and they cry. They like cry after every time. Like, I cannot believe that I'm being represented like this. As an owner, you as an entrepreneur, you have to have that same mentality. You have to know that this is what it is. This is my company. I want my company to be the biggest company in the world. But I want to make sure I'm tapped in as long as I'm on earth. And who I got under me or who I'm working with, business partners, this managers, this supervisors, I want to be in tune with them people. I want to get the right message when it come back to me. So, man, that's all I want to say. Law, man, you did awesome with that, bro. Like, that's something that all of us need him. I'm sitting here and I'm like, this dude just be going, man. He just an energizer bunny, man.
Hey man, I felt that because I'm like Dom. Like I lead with kindness in everything I do. Like I ain't gonna lie though, I used to be horrible. But after being committed to my faith and really looking and saying, what did I gain by being that person? I gained nothing. It didn't advance me. It didn't build me up. It didn't do. It just made people pay attention to me more because I was louder. But I gained nothing. But I'm like, I can still have an impact by being a kind, loving, at all time, optimistic, caring person and still have an impact. I don't have to do that. And man, it's better on this side. I got more peace on this side by being kind than being a jerk. I have more sound sleep by being kind and loving than being this forceful jerk and going after, man. And I quit on this, but I want to say a whole country, and I'm talking about, like Dom said, with the guy with the company. So everybody wants to go to Dubai, right? Everybody wants to go to Dubai. I've seen it 10 times. Okay. Everybody wants to go to Dubai. Everybody see how the Dubai is being built and everything, right? Well, if you go back into their history, and I talk to the locals to learn their history, well, they had a guy before this last guy that made Dubai what it is. He was in the family, but he was this tyrant. He was this god, we gonna right. And so when you see all the Arab Emirates, it's all set up as families. These are families, though. You see Jebel Ali, Abu Dhabi, Dubai, and all these are families that they put out there. So they had the one guy, they thought he was the leader, like he was the man. He's supposed to be it because he head above shoulders everybody. He's got the sternness, Didn't work out. They voted him out. They put this new guy in, the one he's passed away now, but they put him in, and he led with kindness towards the people and towards the family. And what you see today is a product of what he done. So now everybody dreams of going to Dubai. Everybody dreams about going into that area. It's a product of what he done. And the crazy thing about it, and I'm getting chilled because I when I talked to the local said this: I would do anything for him. And my man is dead. My man is gone, man. 24 hours, a whole staff pray over his body 24 hours a day. And they would say, you talk about their king, because they more of a rulership with king. They're not like us. You talk about my man, you're going to see his picture everywhere. You talk about my man, you might not live. And so what he done was he turned it and let kindness for his people that was under them do what they do. And now they will build anything for him. He said his one true goal was to make sure the people believe that nothing was impossible. That's why you see all this stuff happening in Dubai. They got a ski resort in the mall now. It's 140 degrees. And they producing snow in the desert. They have a river that was never there, dug out. They have a skyscraper that is the tallest skyscraper in the world. They have things that you could say, who created this? Why did they think this way? It's because kindness moved them forward. So take a page out of that book, man. Your best days is tied to your kindness, man. And I'll get off that horse, man.
Man, that's awesome. That's awesome words, man. And I really hope that y'all got something out of that. And what I got out of why he was talking is we need leaders, not masters. We need leaders. And if you got a company and this is what you want to do, be a leader. Practice that. If you don't know how to, look it up. It's a definition for it. We need leaders out here. And I'm pretty much done, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. I wanted to do that book of the day again before you get off. I want to make sure you talk about that. Just say a couple more words about it.
Again, book of the day is Adrienne Bankert's Your Hidden Superpower, the kindness that makes you unbeatable at work and connects you with anyone. Again, try being a jerk in a relationship, see what happens, right? Or right? Don't worry if it's like intimate, personal, loving, or whatever the case may be. Try being a jerk, see what happens, right? It works the same in networking and stuff like that. Kindness gets you through doors. People do business. We talk about how people only do business with people they know. People don't do business with people that are kind to them. You never do business with no jerk. Come on, man. Nobody doing that out here in these streets. Come on. I mean, you could, but that relationship ain't gonna last that long. It's just not. It's just not. So, like, again, Adrienne Bankert, Your Hidden Superpower. I highly suggest you to put this in your entrepreneurial toolkit. It's not a lot about business tactics and stuff like that. But I absolutely believe from a professional development standpoint, interpersonal skills and being kind in relationships and connecting with one another. There's an amazing story about how Adrienne uses her influence to let a young lady be a flight attendant, because all she wanted to do when she was growing up wanted to be a flight attendant. And so Adrienne used her kindness and her influence in order to let her live out that dream. If Adrienne wasn't kind, had those connections, she wasn't paved the way for that young lady to live out that dream. That's the thing. Like, sometimes your kindness ain't always just for you. Sometimes it's for somebody else, right? So again, Adrienne Bankert, your hidden superpower. You might want to cop that.
Awesome. Is there anything you want to say, Law, before we get off, man?
Thank you guys for listening to us. We appreciate you. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And make sure you go ahead on and hit us up in the Cash App if something that we bless your life with and talk to you. And we want to thank Ms. Ford for being the honorary sponsor of this show today.
Hey,
I feel like at this point, ain't honorary, pretty much a done deal.
Yeah, and we really appreciate
Absolutely
everybody. We really do see what happened. I don't have for real, right, Ms. Mays. But we really appreciate everybody for tuning in. This was a great episode. I'm so glad that I have my brothers here to share this platform with me. And if it's anything that, like I said, we said, or anything that helps, that helped you along the way, you can always hit us right here. And if you got time, when the show is over, slide on over to the Kings of Company, and you can get in touch with us individually. You have a way to see what we're doing, how we're doing it, all different things like that. Kingsofcompany.com is basically the hub for us three right here. It is going to be upgrading all the time. So a lot of the discounts or whatever it may be, say if we doing this, or we probably doing a live on there. Like, y'all go ahead and log in right now to kingsofcompany.com so we can go ahead and get that together, because you might be next. We might be doing some kind of sit downs that people could come in and we could just rap with them about their business. So like I tell y'all don't understand. That Cash App thing is allowing us to go and help businesses and see things flourish. You know what I'm saying? To the next level. Cause I'm telling you, my brothers got some big things going, man. And y'all might want to tap in. Y'all want to tap in. So anything else, y'all? Anything else? Okay. Well, there's nothing else. We got a comment like, okay, Miss Jenny, we appreciate it. Blessings to everybody. Shouts out to Confess Yourself. To confess yourself. Like the show today. I'm gonna say that. Confess yourself. Like the show today. And we really appreciate you all for tuning in. I promise, man. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna go this off subject. I can't wait to every other Tuesday. I can't wait. For one, I'm chilling with my brothers. And then again, we helping people, and we're learning ourselves. So big shouts out to Miss Washington for tuning in. Thank you so much. She tunes in too. She may not say nothing, but she be here. So thank you for tuning in. We love y'all. Y'all be blessed. Have a great next 2 weeks. We'll see y'all in 2 more weeks. And me and my brothers, we the Kings of Company, and we demand greatness. That's what it is. We demand greatness. And I'll get with y'all later. Much love. Peace.